Hi everyone. So I actually wanted to start today's video with a bit of a prayer and Reiki blessing, just because of the really intense energies that, or rather the sadness and grief that I've been experiencing, and I imagine that many others are. So let me start off with saying a prayer. Dear Source, I ask that you give us courage, strength, patience, and compassion and love during these difficult times. May you watch over us and give us comfort and resilience, and allow our light to shine brighter than usual. I ask that Archangel Michael protect us and give us a wonderful crystalline shield around our auric field to protect our energies. And I ask that Archangel Raphael send some beautiful green light down to us for healing within our heart chakra and everywhere else, and to everyone. Thank you so much for being with us and for allowing us to experience this very, very meaningful moment in history right now. Thank you. So I'm just going to do a really just some Reiki energy just to give a blessing and protection for everyone. You don't have to do anything, so you can just take a deep breath and close your eyes and just allow the energy to come through to you. Thank you. So I wanted to make this video just to elaborate on something that happened yesterday and just to speak more on it. There was this story that my sister told me about these people, and I'm not going to repeat the story because it was quite tragic and traumatic, and I was at work when I read this, and I honestly just started sobbing. And the amount of sadness and grief that I was feeling as a result of reading this was just, the intensity was just too much. And I know that it's probably just like the extra drop that let the bucket spill over, with all the energies that are all over the earth right now. So if you are someone who can pick up energies more easily, like myself, then I can imagine that you're feeling quite overwhelmed right now. And this is why grounding and cleansing is so important, more than ever right now, for all of you. If you want to call yourself an empath or whatever it is that you want to refer to yourself as, highly sensitive people, this is a very trying time for all of us. So for everyone, but specifically for us, because we're picking up other people's energies that's not even ours. So grounding, healing, and cleansing are so crucial right now for your well-being. So why am I talking about this specific story? So right now, as a collective, there is just so much. You have to understand that the external is always going to be a reflection of the internal. I know there's so many things happening and people standing up for justice and things, and there's such a huge divide. Some of it is manipulated, some of it is just people acting on their own their shadows that are coming up. And so everyone's very defensive. So right now what's happening is that all of your shadows coming up are causing all of us to be triggered and reacting, and we're very reactive. So even if there's an issue, your reaction to it is going to be much greater than what that issue actually deserves, like the attention that issue deserves. So it's going to be far greater than it should. And what I mean by that is that, I don't want to make this page about this channel about political things, but just watching clips. I don't watch the news ever. I never watch the news. I actually deactivated my Facebook page over a month ago because it was too much for me. And so I still use my Instagram, and I see people post things in their stories still, so I do know what's happening somewhat around the world. And what happened the other day, it was just so alarming to me. And what I mean by that is that there's so many people that think that the truth is this aggression, and it's like, since when did the truth become synonymous with lack of empathy and kindness and compassion and care for others? Because I'm just seeing a lot of care for oneself and not care for others. And it's just mind-boggling to me. And for someone who is deeply spiritual and who has very strong faith, I've actually had to pull away from so many of the light worker, probably is not the right term, by a lot of these like so-called woke groups, because of the aggressiveness, the name calling, and all the things that are happening there, and being highly sensitive. I just don't believe that's in alignment with truth at all. It just isn't, and it's makes me feel sad. And I know that that's everyone projecting their own things that are coming up for them, and I get it. And I'm not going to tell people how to be or what to do, but what I do want to say is, as all these things are coming up for everyone as a collective, the idea about grief, as I mentioned in the beginning, is a really important one to talk about, because we are in a place where we need to allow that space to allow ourselves to grieve and hold space for ourselves, and to be sad, and to be heartbroken, and to be filled with darkness and despair and grief, and just allowing that and holding space for that. And you just need, we need to understand that just the act of that and honoring that, how sacred that is, and how important and crucial just that specific role is to our healing and evolution, and just being able to go in and pull out those dark parts of us, the sad parts of us, the parts that really hurt and make us feel really shitty, and just to let them take up space and be there, and allow them with no judgment and with no ill feelings towards them, and just to let them be there and love it just exactly as it is. Love the dark parts of us, love the sadness, the grief, and allow it to exist, allow it to be, allow it to come out, to be released, and just holding space for that, for ourselves and for everyone else. And during this time, learning how to be tender and delicate to ourselves, because we are very used to having really bad self-talk to ourselves when we are in these places of darkness and what we have labeled as negative feelings. They're not negative at all. If a feeling is there, it's there to point something out to you, and maybe it's time that we listen to it and see what it's trying to tell us, and see what can be a better way, because this is not a better way right now at all. And we can see the chaos all around us, from every side, from every part. And how can we change that? How can we bring light to that situation? And the only way that we can do that is to bring our dark up and allow it to be there and to address that, because the outside's always going to be a reflection of the inside. So basically, this video is talking about not to get caught up in all the stuff that's going out there on either side of whatever side of the fence you're on. You know, don't get caught up on it. Don't name call people. Don't attack people. And let's be accountable for ourselves. And how am I showing up? How am I showing up right now on the planet? How am I honoring the planet? How am I honoring others? How am I honoring myself and my own sacred energy? How am I doing that? How am I showing up? How am I accountable for my own shit? How are you accountable for your own shit? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. These are the things we need to be thinking about. And I think that we've definitely reached an impasse, and we need to figure out what's going to happen. Every time we do things differently or think differently or explore that and heal, we are creating new timelines for how things will be, how we want things to be. So we have this opportunity, this wonderful and excellent opportunity right now to create the world that we want by our own actions, our own thinking, our own energy. And those are things that are so incredibly valuable and that hold so much power that we don't even realize. And so I just really want to bring it back to that, bring it back to inside of us and what we can do. What can we do to change things outside? We can change ourselves inside. And it's not necessarily change, it's just allowing that darkness to come out, being tender with it and holding space for it and our sacredness, and just healing and thinking of ways that we can show up in a better way with better actions and energy. What can we do? What can we do as a collective? And what can I do? So those are some questions to ask ourselves. And like I said, don't feel bad if you need to like be a hermit and withdraw from things. It's absolutely the best time to withdraw right now. We're in a lockdown here in Toronto, although many people are not listening to the rules, but there's a lot of people who are, and trying to keep everyone safe. With my own experience with COVID and knowing people that have died from COVID and people that have lost their loved ones personally, that I know personally that have lost their loved ones. So being safe isn't being stupid, it's not being a sheeple, it's not being a clown or any of those things. So please be safe, please be compassionate and kind to one another, because the truth doesn't mean that you get to plow over other people and make fun of them and belittle them, because those are not the same thing. And you need to realize that. We need to realize that. So let's hold space for us and all the energy, and for all of you people who are very empathetic and feeling the energies and highly sensitive. Please remember to ground, to cleanse, and all those things more than ever right now. You're going to need to do that. And if you need to reach out for anything, I am available for spiritual direction sessions starting mid-January. So starting, I guess, next week, I will be available once again and taking appointments. So if you do need someone to talk and you're going through lots of spiritual things and our darkness, soul, and things like that, and you need someone to talk to, and you need spiritual therapy or counsel, please don't hesitate to reach out. Anyways, I just want to say that I am always with you, with my intention, my good intentions, and my love. I'm rooting for everyone, and I just really want to see some resolution and some clarity for everything. And I really hope we get to that soon, but I hope that everyone can start going within and realizing how much power we truly have inside to actually make change through going inside our own selves. Anyways, have a beautiful day. I hope that this video resonated with you. If not, that's okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.